This is the place they say people come from far, far, far away to find their dreams, chasing down these meteors and comets called dreams in the sky of life.
What is up, guys? It's Master Swag King Entertainment coming at you guys with another movie review here today, talking about Eternals. And joining me here today for this movie review on Eternals is ssjk-dots and Sean Avery. So, as you guys already know, Eternals is the 26th film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We've come a long way since Iron Man. We are now at 26 films for the MCU. As you guys already know, I love the MCU. I loved what they did to the superhero genre. They did really, really incredible things. But, you have to be willing to call them out if they make a bad product, though. I love the MCU, and I know K-Dot does, and Sean likes it as well. But you have to be open on calling them out when they make not a good product.
Why did you get Black Widow an A?
Because that movie's fucking fire. Oh my god. But for Loki and WandaVision, I mean, those were not so good. You know, I think that the MCU has this inherent bias towards it that I think people just can't understand, or they just don't want to come to the realization that the MCU can put out a bad product, though. But they'll be very, very open to criticizing films like Captain Marvel, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Iron Man 3, Thor the Dark World, Iron Man 2, Incredible Hulk, a movie that I don't really like too much, actually.
Or DC movies that make the same mistakes as them.
Yeah, it's like their fans like shield the MCU movies, at least the bad ones, from like the amount of criticism that a normal film would get if a normal film studio would put out the exact same film with the exact same issues, though. Now, Kevin Feige,
and that's the thing I don't like about the MCU fandom. It's okay to rep your stuff. I understand they put in work and earned respect.
They earned everything they've gotten to this point. They've earned it.
But see, you still have to like look at it and be real about it.
Yeah, you got to be objective when it comes to these things.
Exactly.
Like
you can't. All right, like you can't get mad at a movie for doing this here, but be okay with your movie doing it here. Like you got to call them both out.
I have the perfect example. I have the perfect example. So today, at the time of recording this Eternals movie review, Red Notice, a film starring Gal Gadot, Dwayne Johnson, and Ryan Reynolds, the score came out on Rotten Tomatoes. It was like a 40% for the just the critics, right? And people were like, oh yeah, the critics are right. You know, oh, that movie's probably gonna be trash. But whoa, hold up, wait a minute, let me put some pimping in this. Didn't you guys just say to go watch a film for yourself and then like judge it for yourself? Why does Red Notice get that? Doesn't get that, but Eternals does. That makes no fucking sense. That literally makes no sense.
Double standard.
Yeah.
It's
like,
a double standard.
If you're gonna watch Eternals and judge it for yourself, that's fine. You guys, I've been saying that for my whole life. Watch a film, judge it for yourself. Guys, as we're reviewing this film right now for you guys, we all have different tastes in films. There's certain films that K-Dot likes that I don't like, and vice versa. And there's certain films that I love and Sean hates, and vice versa, actually.
Yeah, I'm into really fucked up art house films, and most people here would not.
I will say this. MSK, let's roleplay a little bit, because you both have our faces. When you watch this movie, you're going to be seeing a lot of close-up shots of people looking sexy, saying nothing, just doing this. Cut to the next person. Like, bro, if you like those type of movies where it's just sexy people and the camera's on them for a long time and they're cutting back and forth between two people, one person will say like, if y'all like that type of movie, oh, you're gonna get that in this movie. You're gonna get a lot of standing and looking. Nothing wrong with it, but if you want that type of film, this is what you're going to get. And we'll explain it further when we get down there, but that's just one aspect of this film. If you like those type of films, people standing.
And I want to say something too.
A lot of focus on characters, those close-up angles, and everything.
Sean has been very, very open on stream saying Chloe Zhao is overrated. So you know when this film came out bad, he was just getting off. He was like, oh, yes, he has finally proven that Chloe Zhao's trash.
I was going to see it first, and, you know, I found it just interesting. All right, I don't know what, like, people like Mike were saying. We just found it interesting. We weren't, like, calling the film bad yet, but... Okay, so here's the thing. So, yeah, Chloe Zhao, she's made, like, around 3 films so far. They're all based on like sort of a similar style. They're all called stories that my father taught or something like that. I forgot the name of it exactly. And then The Rider, and then Nomadland. So here's saying yeah, she's grossly overrated director. Right? Her films are still very good, well-made films overall, like The Rider and Nomadland. However, they really do not touch on really much of anything that they set up at all. Very surface level and empty. More of just an experience type thing, like the surface level 1917. And yeah, she basically just won Best Director and Best Picture for Nomadland because it was a weak year and just dumb Oscar shit, just like it fit all the boxes. Alright, so when she like got the freedom to do this and people were, saying like, oh yeah, she won Best Picture, it's like, no, I did not have as much hope for that. Like, yes, I wanted directors to get more freedom, and yeah, I wanted more films like this, not with Chloe Zhao though. She's like a low tier version of like Terrence Malick. She's not a very good director, honestly. And even then, her strengths do not fit well in this type of film.
Because I'll give an example where Sean brought it up. I have nothing against Chloe, but I'll say this. What I noticed people was overhyping about Chloe Zhao was her using filming real on-set places instead of them like getting a green screen and doing a green screen of the areas they was at. They just go to the areas and actually film it. I give it props to that. People are giving it props for something the MCU always had. Great visual. That's why I'm not shocked that the movie visually looked good.
Yeah.
Whether it was
the
on
visuals
set
are
or
absolutely
CGI,
gorgeous. Or even when we're having live streams, some people will be like, "Well, Age of Ultron is good because it set up everything." That's so stupid. Every single MCU film sets up anything. That's not a bonus to the film. That's not a plus to the film when other films have already did it though.
I don't know about good visuals. A lot of MCU films have pretty
Well, look, I'll say this, Sean. In this film, the on-set location, everything looked good. Like, we're spoilers. At the end of the movie, when the Celestial's hand was coming out of the planet,
that looked great. And there was
but there were some problems. The third act, they really didn't notice it, but that's when we really got into the action. I'm not sure if you guys noticed this, but I'm gonna use an example: Infinity War. Wonder what made that fight on Titan with Thanos and them so good? Was that everything looks so fucking real, like Thanos. Like you watching it, you're not gonna be like, you wouldn't notice the CGI. You would watch that fight and like, damn, that motherfucker looks like he is really there, and he blends so well that it doesn't break immersion. I felt in this film there was a lot of immersion breaking because if you guys look at when Makari and Icarus fought, I know y'all noticed a little bit of the CGI, the obvious CGI.
Oh yeah, there is tons of it in this film
like,
from the very beginning.
It was too obvious of CGI. Like it wasn't good to the point where it was just you saw it and you didn't really question it. Like Incredible Hulk in the first Incredible Hulk movie, when you saw him, the CG was so good. Yeah, it was dark and stuff to hide it, but it meshed well. It was good enough to where like, damn, he looks so fucking real that I know it's fake, but it doesn't bother. It won't bother me about it looking anything, not looking real, because it looks so good to the point where I don't need to question it. And I believe in Eternals, a lot of CGI was not good in certain places, and it was
totally agree,
especially in the mid-credit scene. Remember that fucking clay, that little dwarf being that showed up with Thanos' brother?
Yeah.
That looked like a fucking cartoon. That looked like Space Jam from 1999 with.
I totally agree. Like in Lord of the Rings, they do a good job with blended in, and that's why it has aged well. In Eternals, it's like the exact opposite. But yeah, I do agree. There are some good shots in here, but then there are just shots that are like ugly.
Yeah, there's like a lot of good physical on-set shots, but the CGI was kind of flimsy. But it wasn't all bad. Like
like the one shot where she like sits down in like the desert area after meeting up again with the one blonde lady and Asian character. Like the one dark shot that was before unveil and everything, that was good. But yeah, most of the shots, honestly, they were not actually very good. They were pretty ugly looking, and the main reason why is that because she's not really as responsible for that. It was the cinematographer who carried more of that stuff in like Nomadland and stuff, who wasn't present in this.
So, like, my thing here is, like, when it comes to any MCU product, though, it feels like the people that love the MCU will never just admit when a product's bad. Now, I'm not saying this is a bad movie at all.
It's not bad.
This is probably, like, for me personally, this goes in a category of, like, Iron Man 2, the Spider-Man films, just right in that alright category. Nothing too special, nothing too crazy. It's alright. It's just good enough. And, like, I would expect more because they have Angelina Jolie, you have Salma Hayek, you know, so you're thinking, like, this should be a much better movie.
They wasted their
all these star
actors.
casts, yeah.
They didn't do Salma Hayek, barely in the fucking movie because she's...
Yeah, they were given nothing.
Athena! Dude. Fucking Athena, Angelina Jolie was barely in the fucking movie because she was a mad, crazy woman. Because, let me explain real quick. So... in the Eternals, what I like to explain to the Eternals is that some Eternals, it's a sickness to where they get this, they get these mad delusions and stuff, and they start to act crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But what is actually the truth of it is, when the Eternals find the truth, is that those are Eternals reliving old memories of their past lives from when they went to past planets, had to do the emergence, it got destroyed and all that. But other than, like, she really barely talked. She wasn't this warrior that they was hyping up, Athena, the god of war. Icarus was the more of a fucking warrior. I was like, damn.
Dude, I thought I was gonna get more out of Icarus's action scenes. You didn't really see this guy even throw a punch. This guy throw a punch during the film?
I didn't see, Icarus was demolishing them.
And he looked kind of stupid, honestly.
Yeah, in some
like
places.
just the entire climax was stupid, and how it ended was as stupid as like It Chapter 2, where they roasted him to death. It was like the power of friendship randomly wins out of nowhere.
You wanna know what it was? And I think it's this movie, dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. The villain in this movie is a natural order of things.
Yeah, I agree.
You guys know the main guy, what's his name? Anisham? What was Ashiram?
Oh, and that's what I was wondering, like, how they would do it in the climax.
Anisham.
You can't really...
Anisham, that's his name. So they kind of try to make it. So there's two villains they're trying to make out. I think there's three. I don't know. The natural order of things. Anisham, the main celestial that created all the other celestials. He's the top celestial, and the
Ashiram,
yeah.
Ashiram, yeah.
And the evil deviant, which was a horrible villain, barely did shit. They're doing that.
Oh lord, that was one of the worst villains I've ever seen.
Trash.
Dude, that's the thing.
Yeah.
The MCU, as good as it has been doing and as successful as it is, why can't they ever get a good villain? It's 26 fucking movies.
And when they do, they just kill it off.
And
they didn't kill this one off.
Let me get into the real. I'm not trying to bash the movie, but I have to get into my issue with the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the Eternals are tasked with stepping in for only deviants, right? They can't step in. They only step in to deal with deviants. Okay, that's obvious.
Mm-hmm.
And all these Ajax, the main Eternal, who runs her Eternals under Ashiram, is supposed to keep them in check and tell them, don't interfere. But what's going on in this movie, at the beginning when they go to the past, they interfered so much. You guys know the little girl Sprite? She was literally showing them stories of how their future is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, why are you telling them what their fucking future is going to be? And you're basically supposed to throw the humans into the water and let them learn on their own. And Cersei, she was showing them how she turned that dirt into water, created like an irrigation system for agriculture. I'm like, you're interfering. What are you doing? But remember, that's interfering.
I think what Fasto says that they can give them little nudges, but not truly interfere. Like they're interfering on such a small level, though. Remember?
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. The Celestial told them. Told Ajax to tell them.
Yeah.
They only interfere when deviants, because this is the thing. Mm-hmm. Ashiram created the deviants first. The deviants was meant to go to other planets to kill alpha predators that was like useless and stuff, like not the sentient thinking beings like us that can talk and think. Mm-hmm. Just get rid of them. But when the deviants started having a mind of their own, and they started becoming the predators, so then they made the Eternals to fight off the deviants. So they're all from the same family and shit. That's my other problem with this movie. Why can't this motherfucker control his creations?
No clue.
Why, dude? Why
so
does
dumb.
does Ashram not know what Cersei is doing? She has the ball in her neck.
Yeah.
How does he not know?
Like, he literally made them. They can't control. Like, what the fuck? And also, the characters have zero emotion. I mean, they might say, "Oh, it's because they're robots." That's like what somebody would say.
But see, and Sean, that's the thing. If the characters actually robots, I think, and Ashram knows he made a flaw with the Eternals and the Deviants. He made them thinking. He gave them thoughts. He gave them the ability to think. If they were just robots, then yeah, they would just follow his orders. But like, why would he create these Eternals? Give them the ability to really think. And, you know, with thought comes, you know, you're able to deny things, go against things, and not expect any of them to go like, yeah, this emergent stuff is kind of bad. I don't want to do this no more. Like, ugh.
And dude, that's the thing with the film is like, I've not read Eternals comic book, guys, so crucify me if you will. I've not read them.
Same here. I haven't either.
Yeah.
Just going off the film.
Me neither. I don't read comics.
Imagine what a contradiction this is. The Immortals are an immortal alien race, but you can kill them. Dude, so if you're not slow, being immortal means you cannot die, okay? So I'm just saying, like, that's already a huge contradiction that you're immortal and he can kill you. So you're not immortal, though. That's the point. Being immortal means you can't die, you know?
Oh, eternal.
Yeah. So, like...
Well, I mean, it doesn't say immortal, it just says eternal.
They're one big giant battery of energy because they have, like, unlimited celestial energy, as they said, in their bodies. So they're, like, one big fucking contract. That's why this movie talks about a lot about energies and all that, because that's why I like the lore in the movie, but the movie's so boring to get through. Because, like, I like the fact that, yes, the Celestials is a cycle of destruction and creation. You got to destroy.
Yeah, that's the movie's main narrative. Destruction, life gets breathed through that destruction. That's the main point of the film.
Over half of this, like, film and story, though, it just like focuses on like the emotional, family, etc., like dynamic and stuff, and it does it so poorly. It's
but
like
see,
that's
the thing. Guardians,
it's like Fast and Furious level. Like,
ahead,
holy shit. Yeah, like, it's all about family.
And Sean, I'm glad you brought that up, because even Fast and the Furious, Guardians, and the Avengers films did the family aspect better.
Yeah, and when she was explaining that, well, he was explaining all that to, like, Gemma Chan's character, and, like, the ended, and then flying to something, I was like, okay, look, Chloe Zhao, if I wanted to watch Invincible, I'd watch Invincible.
Like, don't get me wrong, guys. I really like certain things about the film, but I feel like other MCU films just did it better. You are not going to tell me this film is as good as Guardians 1. You're not going to say that. And the reason why...
Guardians 1 is better.
Yeah, and the reason why Guardians 1 works as good as it does is because there's not as many cast members and there's not as many characters to really flesh out. There's a lot of characters in this film. They just don't get any fleshing out. And not fleshing out in the way that, like, you know all their story. Bruh, that's not what I'm saying.
They kill off the good characters.
They kill off all the good
Gilgamesh. Dude, Gilgamesh, fucking... I like Gilgamesh simply because I liked how they did... I watched in Adobe IMAX, and when they did they used his powers and stuff, that shit was booming, the way they used his super strength and stuff, and, you know, his whole personality, he was funny and stuff. Not goofy.
Kim was one of the best characters, and he's like...
Yeah, they killed fucking Gilgamesh. They killed the Asian guy. Come on, man. Fuck them.
Yeah, like Kit Harington was one of the best characters in it. He was in it for like 5 minutes.
Right. It was you have to tease the Black Knight, which, you know, I don't care about, but I'm just like, you have a star actor, Kit Harington, in there, and he's barely in the movie. And you kill off Icarus. Another thing I need to bring up.
Stupid how they did. Oh,
another thing I need. Icarus just straight up offed himself. He just
let's stay on that. I'm sorry, let's stay on that. Let's stay on Icarus.
Yeah.
So Icarus was so devoted to working with Ashram, but his love for, and that's my other problem with this movie, is fucking romance bullshit. His love for Cersei had him go against his god. I'm like, get this shit out of here. It's some bullshit. What the fuck am I watching? He killed Ajax. He killed Ajax. They're like
all surprised
figure in a sense.
Yeah, like they killed one of their closest family members. He killed her. He killed Ajax. And then toward the end of the film, when they could like apprehend him, they do. And then when there's a moment to have like this downtime after the film's pretty much over, they don't like apprehend him or anything. They kind of just like he kills himself because he can't live with what he did. The celestial transformation of the earth stopped, and he went to off himself.
That's the thing. He did nothing wrong. He was doing what he was created to do. He's
Yeah,
following
like-
the natural order. The planet gotta go.
Yeah,
the
like-
action during that whole thing was so bad. It was
Oh
so
yeah, when they have
generic.
like the action was
yeah,
like
running
something-
around in circles, just all
So like
generic.
what was so like there's these video games where you see like these lines go like an X really fast when they're attacking you. That's what this film's action was. A video game's cut scenes of fucking dashes fighting each
their
other.
powers were the best when they weren't actually fighting anything, and
Okay,
they were just doing
I'll say
other
this.
stuff.
One of the coolest parts of the film was when like Athena was getting trapped up by that one guy and she like sliced him in half the way she did. That was kind of cool. I like that kind of shit. But like the action in this film is really like off. Like some parts is really good. Some parts it's like, okay, why the fuck they doing this?
It's not. Yeah,
not Icarus.
consistently
Oh my god,
good.
the deaf girl. I thought she was
Yeah.
gonna be kind of just like this virtue signaling character. She was actually pretty good.
I did too.
like-
there was
I
only
like-
one
tight.
scene in the whole film that was virtue signaling, which I knew they would do, which was, you know, something about like two characters talking shit behind her because she's deaf. Right? I figured there would be at least one scene like that. I thought there would be more like bad guys show up, like making fun of her hearing and then getting their asses kicked. But it was just one tiny scene like that. Other than that, no, there was none of that.
Well,
And
I
she
did
was
want
actually
to bring
my favorite.
right, and I did want to bring this up since Sean did bring it up. Makari, you guys, look, I'm okay with her being deaf. The actor's deaf. I'm okay with that. No issue. But going off the movie, this is the funny thing about it. So Asheram created Eternals with defects. So there's probably a blind Eternal, right? Or an Eternal with one leg hopping around.
He's probably black. He's probably black and deaf and blind. Just like Stevie Wonder.
Look, dude. I mean, I get it. They want to have a diverse cast. Nothing wrong with that. But like, there's a work her being deaf into the character is part of it. It's not just she's deaf as an actor and we're in character. But it doesn't make sense that a Eternal that's deaf is created. Why would you create a deaf Eternal that cannot hear?
And okay, it would be better if it was like the whole, like they came there honestly, like before humans were there, like, and then like showed the scenes like early on in humans to present day, because then it would make more sense. Because then it would make sense. That's why there's deaf humans on Earth and stuff. That would have made more sense. But yeah, like she was honestly like my favorite character. Her and
she was still my favorite though. They
her
did her
and
super
She was actually really good.
correctly.
Like, dude, imagine going into this film and you're like, the deaf girl's better than every single person. Like, what the fuck? I would not. If
She
that
was.
was
Yeah, her
crazy.
and Barry.
It was
What's
like
his name again?
she was the little girl from Godzilla vs Kong, best actor in the movie, deaf girl.
Yeah, but what's the one guy's name? Barry. What's his name? His actor name's Barry. What's his
Oh,
name?
is that the guy who
he's
can
got-
control people?
Yeah.
Like Ezra Miller.
Yeah, those two
Another-
characters were my favorite.
Barry Keoghan. Yeah, Barry.
Druid. I think
Druid and
yeah.
Makari's relation. That was pretty good. I like that.
Those were the two best characters, and everybody else I could give two shits about. Especially the blonde bitch. Fuck her. I don't care about her.
Dude, hear me out. I was with all the characters making sense in this movie. This is the characters I don't like in this movie. Cersei, Athena,
Yeah.
Phastos.
Well, actually, the Indian guys, I forgot his name, but he's actually okay.
Fastos? I didn't mind Fastos.
Who's the
I didn't mind
fourth person?
Fastos.
Anybody who was trying to stop the convergence, I was like, these people are fucking idiots. The emergence, I was like, so they say they love these people, right? You know, if you love something, you fight for it, right? This is where the contradictions go, because I'm like, this shit don't make no sense.
It just does God.
So they're willing to step in to fight deviants. They're willing to help the humans, you know, create stuff and interfere when they shouldn't. But 400 years of slavery, the Mongols going around raping and pillaging people.
Just for you, K-Dots.
No. I'm just saying, like, there's so much shit that goes on, and Druid is making so much sense. Like, I can just tell these people to stop fighting, and it can stop fighting. Like, what's wrong with us stepping in to tell them stop trying to kill each other?
And I have clue. Like the one character did it the entire time. There was a group of characters, so it was obviously wouldn't have much of an effect if they stepped in. Yeah, no, they did it just for you. You know, they didn't want to stop slavery just for you too.
No, I mean not just more than slavery. Like even they could have helped prevent things like World War II. Anything that's like, or the freaking
fucking white people, I know.
Or the genocide of Jews and shit. Like,
Yeah.
they just stood around and didn't do nothing for this stuff. Right? But see, I understand someone like Icarus wouldn't, but he would play it off and pretend to help them out if they all decided to do it because he was down with the emergence.
God, it's just this whole thing like fucking loving and shit. It's been done like thousands of times in better films. Like, this is so generically done. All this stuff.
Yeah.
It's like Invincible and everything. It's just done it better. All this stuff.
And that's I do want to bring up something else. So, all right, now let me bring this up. I'm not trying to tear down the MCU when I bring this up, but you guys, we talked about earlier that I want to make it clear. So we saw Thanos' brother, Stardust, whatever his fucking name is, Harry Styles' character, Starborn, whatever his fucking name is. So he said he's the crown royal prince of Titan. Titan is a wasteland. What is he talking about? What is he the? There's more to it, but how are you a prince of a wasteland? As we've seen in Infinity War.
There's nothing there. This man's crazy. This man's nuts.
And then
he's the Prince of Dust. That's why he's the Prince of Ash.
Thing. So we can say Thanos is we don't know if that's his like adopted brother or whatever, but he said they're brothers. We say Thanos is eternal, right? Maybe part eternal, but he's got some eternal in him, right?
Yeah, some.
And this is the thing. Ashirem is against his Eternals, whether they may be half whatever, stopping emergences. Now this is the thing that we don't realize that Thanos did. He postponed multiple emergencies when he snapped on different planets. Like, there's not just one emergence happens on Earth. Another emergence could have happened at the same time because there's other Eternals on other planets.
Yeah, they explained this is something that happens all the time. It's not a one-time thing like in this film, yeah.
So I'm thinking, like, why didn't Ashirem... I know the Eternals wasn't created yet, let me make that clear, but why didn't Ashirem step in when Thanos snapped half of life and took away all these people? Because they need people on these planets, sentient thinking beings, to help gather enough energy so the celestial inside the planet could, like, be born. Because Thanos postponed a lot of emergencies when he crippled half the population across the universe on different planets. I'm saying, I'm not trying to tear down the MCU, but, like, this is why I hate when they do these like godly stories, these godly characters, because these godly characters be so inconsistent. Like Ashirem, of course, he can see what the character's doing here, but then can't see what they're doing there. But he allows this.
Yeah. Like, how does he not know the plan that they're trying to stop him when the ball is in her neck? You can see these things.
You can't hear this stuff. Or...
Like, the problem I have with the film is that the plot armor bullshit was like over 9,000.
Yep.
Like,
oh, so yeah, I forgot. Yeah, the Indian characters. Okay, so yeah, that's 3 I care about.
Okay, so like,
but...
I didn't mind Cersei. Okay, but like that is whoever the actor, because I have all the cast names right here. The girl who plays Cersei, Jenma Chan, that is not a leading lady. That was the weakest leading lady in the MCU I've ever seen.
Zero emotion out of her during anything.
Wait, MSK, let's act out what she's doing. MSK, you be Icarus, and I be Jenma Chan.
You want to fuck tonight?
You want to fuck tonight? Passionately enough?
You want to fuck tonight?
I mean,
I'm not gonna cry during sex.
Entire film.
I'm not gonna cry during sex, but I might if you hit it hard enough.
Wait, no. Imagine a side character in the film for like 5 minutes total. It's Kit Harington was like the best actor in the film. Imagine that.
So, okay, I don't want to be disrespectful because I know this film is supposed to represent the LGBT McDonald's community.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
My opinions I change on it.
What was the girl who became human? Was that a transsexual? Was that a dyke?
You mean Sprite, the kid?
Was Sprite a dyke?
No, that's a girl.
Okay, thank God. Oh my lord. Okay, I almost had a heart attack. Okay.
I mean, that's part of it, but since you brought up the LGBTQ thing, bro, I'm gonna keep it a buck. They overhyped that kiss. Bro,
that kiss was
let me talk about
bullshit. Guys, I have seen better gay kissing and gay porn that I've watched on accident some nights.
Oh yes. Yes, so here's
I'll say this, Sean, I didn't want to say this real quick. So y'all remember those reports months ago? They're talking about when they saw the first gay kiss, people on the set was crying. Let me tell you how little of a kiss this was. Remember how long the kiss lasted. That's it. That's how the kiss was.
Yep. I was about to mention.
It wasn't nothing passionate.
They weren't like tongue locking.
Like,
they weren't. People act like they were making out on screen. It's like it's not even that bad. You big
people
babies.
Talking about the LGBT, the diversity and shit in this film.
And the kiss didn't even bother me. I had no issue. But I'm like, you just fucking like gassed up this kiss like it was the best on the planet.
They talk about the diversity in this film, one half, and then the other half were saying this was the most pandering social justice bullshit ever. Alright, one side that, other side that. Alright, so you want to know how much there was in this film? Yeah, so there was a single film where a single scene lasts like 5 seconds, little pandering to like the deaf character, and then that 1 millisecond kiss, and with the 2 gay characters.
And dude,
who had basically little part in the film as well.
And I'll say this too.
That's it. That's literally like 99% of the film is straight.
Guys, I'll say this too. I didn't really feel anything from it though, because that's just on a surface level, right? If you were looking at it from like a movie's point of view, it kind of made sense though. He really loved his husband and he really wanted to protect his kid that he adopted. So when they kissed, I'm like, this is a genuine, it's not the best MCU relationship, I understand, but during the film, when you see the deaf girl, when you see the gay guy, it's like, it's not really that bad though. It was actually more ingrained into the, I cared more for what Fastos and the deaf girl was doing better than what the fuck Cersei was doing. Because Cersei and Icarus's relationship was not as good. Imagine that. They made the heterosexual relationship worse than the gay one. Now that might be pandering, but it felt more genuine when the guys were kissing.
They probably did that shit on purpose. That shit, I mean, even when they was having sex, shit was boring. He was like,
that shit was fire.
I was like, you better fuck the shit out of her. You better fuck the shit out of that.
Wait, hold on. Have you never had slow, passionate sex with a woman where you just going real slow?
God.
He was like this. He was like this.
Good guy.
Let me show you that.
Good guy.
Oh my god. Like, hey dots. You need to like have this as a gift.
Man, that was some sweet Asian pushy. He should have been going fucking like
Make this a gift.
Dude, he was not hitting it good enough. Dude.
Oh god.
Dude,
he was so bad at sex. She had sex for 5,000 years and she was gonna go after someone else. She didn't want to have sex with that dude anymore. She was like, fuck that shit. That dick lasted like 3 seconds. Dude, he has that 3-second dick. Oh my god.
Did they ever explain how they broke up either?
No. He just left. That's why. He just left. Oh, they explain it. I forgot the part because I'm gonna read the plot out in a moment though, because like it's on here. I have it right in front of me. It says, they broke up. Because the one guy who could control people's minds, remember? They all started having like conflicts because they couldn't control Athena, and Ajax said it's better if they just like disappeared or like disparted because
I know, but Icarus and I'm talking about Icarus and Cersei. Why did they split up?
Plot armor bullshit. She said, I waited for you. Days turn into years. I'm like, wait a minute. Whoa. This girl didn't date anyone for like 5,000 years? That's some bullshit. That's massive cap. That's some bullshit. They probably just died.
Oh, another thing. For a cosmic movie, this movie took place on Earth a lot.
Yeah. I did like how it like did, certain events. It should have done more of it though. Like the Hiroshima one and certain like medieval times. I liked it. It should have done more.
I agree. The film was like at its best when they're showing you the flashbacks of like how they like interacted.
Yeah,
with
like
the world.
The flashbacks.
That shit was beautiful looking. Yeah, it was really good.
Besides the oversaturated CGI and the one scene with the blonde lady.
What was the show?
Was that show with the past is better than the future that we just watched?
Jupiter's Legacy.
Yeah.
This is Jupiter's Legacy.
You guys watched that shit? Oh my god.
That shit was fire!
Ew. Fire! Outside of oversaturated CGI on the blonde character, yes, but here's the thing though. So as we said, yes, so I really actually like that. like the gay couple felt actually really genuine. They actually
yeah,
did
it felt like a legitimate couple. See, that's the thing. Is what I liked. See, that's what I liked though. It's not like some forced getting dick down your throat couple. It's like it was a genuine relationship, just like if it wasn't heterosexual. But, like it's not forced. Like it wasn't like it wasn't like they were forcing you down your throat. Like okay, they're gay now. Now they get all the screen time. It's like no, they blended in with the story as it was progressing.
Yes, and it was great, and I agree with that. Yeah, they did it well. However, so here's the thing: literally before this film came out, again, 50% of people were literally saying this is like the most LGBT diverse film ever, and then the other half were saying this is the most pandering social justice warrior crap ever. Literally, that's the only thing. Just that millisecond kiss. That literally the only thing. 99.9% of the rest of this film is as straight as fuck. Like what the fuck are people smoking?
Even the deaf girl's straight. She wanted dick in her ass.
What did people smoking?
Wait a minute. Oh, I'm not done. I'm about to blow y'all minds. Y'all ready for this? Are y'all ready for this shit? Sprite, she's not a little girl, but she is in a little girl's body.
Oh, it's like that invincible relationship. Yeah,
true.
The little girl was fiending for Icarus's dick the whole fucking movie.
Yeah, listen, Chloe Zhao, if I wanted Invincible, I'd watch Invincible, okay?
Yeah, this literally was like Invincible, on the worst level.
Dude, and you wanna know why I hated the romantic bullshit? Because this was so stupid. So Sprite was always hated Cersei because she basically looked older and can transition into society better.
It's like the golden child syndrome. What's Chloe Zhao trying to give you? Like, okay, there's two people that are siblings, but one is more well-liked, more prolific, and one of the siblings was showing resentment. But right when they had a moment to show resentment, she saw it. Because, like, remember at the end of the film where she was trying to stop Cersei from stopping the Enlightenment, is what they called it, right?
Yeah,
one of the characters gets hit over with a brick, right? And then at the end of the film, she gets what she wanted by turning into a human. She just tried to kill them all. She just tried to murder them all. I was like, what the fuck?
And how could she do that? They didn't actually explain how they could do that for her humans. That movie explains absolutely nothing.
Yeah. So, like, guys, I shit you not. At the end of the film, Cersei somehow makes
Cersei's new powers.
Somehow Cersei makes because I kind of call them like siblings. Like, so Cersei tries to make the other girl, the one that could make multiple clones. I forgot her name because these guys' names are so fucking weird. Sprite. Cersei gives Sprite the gift of humanity, as the Vampire Diaries like to say, the gift of humanity, right? Why should she deserve that after what she literally just did 5 minutes ago? She tried to stop humans from living, but she gets the happy ending. What the fuck is that?
Just call him dipshit 1, dipshit 2. Just go off.
And why would Cersei give it to her?
This is the thing.
Why did Cersei not give it to Fastos, who has a family?
Well, they're always forgiven in the end because then they all came together in the end. I guess,
oh yeah, the power of family, the power of friendship.
Yep, the power of friendship. It's all about family.
MSK, this is the thing. I do agree with you, but this is the thing with the little kid thing. I'm glad they sort of fixed that because let's think about it. If she didn't become human. Her being a kid was never going to work unless they're going to be using CGI to keep her as a kid forever.
Yeah, I'm glad with that, but they didn't explain it. It just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I agree. It came out of nowhere. It was stupid. It was dumb. But look, I want to give another positive. Dude, if you have to watch in Dolby IMAX. Oh my god, Dolby IMAX is fucking amazing.
Oh my god.
Those Celeste, the Ashiram, the main Celestial.
Oh, when he appeared.
His voice.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
His voice in that Dolby IMAX felt so fucking good. My fucking ass cheeks was vibrating, bro. That shit was epic, bro. And
if only there was more of it.
Yeah, like when Ashiram talked, like when they showed the full Celestial, like when Ashiram's talking to Ajax Soper, what the fuck her name is, and Cersei. That was his voice. Whoever is that voice is so fucking good. When it's visually shown to you guys, it's visually beautiful. The film, to me, personally, my personal opinion, is visually beautiful. But a film is just not about its visuals, though. Because there's more to a film than that, you know? Because, like, if the film strengthens its visuals, then if this film was a visual, epic, fantasy MCU film, yeah, sure, I'd probably have a better grade for it because the visuals are amazing. But it's like, the story is really weird and all over the place. Like, the movie tries to give you, like, 4 to 5 good characters, right? But then they kill, like, half of them. One of the Eternals is like, hey, I can't do this, then why the fuck did you go on with them with the journey?
Yeah, and he never shows back up.
Just like my dad. Just like my dad. What the fuck?
Dude, I know people like Kingo, but Kingo was a bitch. She was fucking trash. Why are you here if you're just gonna run like a pit? Because what I thought I thought he was gonna go join Icarus, but no, he just left.
No, I thought he was gonna show back up, or at least
he didn't show back up.
Wait, nothing. But he doesn't show up again.
Well, let me ask this: how these Eternals get around? Do they teleport? I know Icarus can fly, but how they get in from place to place?
No. They use a car to get to Australia. No, I'm just kidding. They actually plane ride it.
And they spent like 80% of the film.
Oh no! Remember the bitch guy. He has connections. He's rich. Remember, he's rich. He got them the stuff to travel around.
No. But they was on the giant piece of shit. How did Kingo get so far away from them to not come back and want to like do something? It wasn't that far from the thing.
He ran. Like, no. He ran and hid under the trees and shit. It's like, you guys got
they
this.
was on some like random landmass in like the random part of the planet.
So like that's my volcano. That's my thing with the film. It's just okay. So let's just focus on the Eternals, right? So like a lot of them just feel very, what's the saying that I could use? Glass half full is like the best way I can describe it though. Some of them feel fleshed out. Some of them are pretty much just like not fleshed out, and some of them are actually just useless. Yeah. Like the one guy we just talked about, he literally followed them all throughout the film, was pretty much okay with their cause. Last minute, I can't do this. Fuck you guys.
You would think, okay, so he's gonna show back up in the middle of the fight or something, or show up at the end. Nope, he just boom, bye. Doesn't see him in the film again.
He's just gone.
But and that's the thing, Sean. Why was Kingo in trouble with Ashram then, since he didn't bother to mess with the emergence or help?
Yeah, he just didn't
do
any trouble.
The film just fucking retarded. I was about to say the other. I mean, both are bad. Yeah. Just say dumb, I guess. Dumb. Fuck.
Yeah.
Wait. So at the end of the film, all right. And this is probably my favorite part, like favorite shot, when freaking Ashram showed up to the Earth and the clouds parted and his whole body, like you can see his face. And it was like a giant. It was a giant god, and I was like, "What the fuck is that shit?" Oh, he fucking pulled Cersei. Come here, bitch. And he turned off her powers and said, "Blah blah blah." You're in trouble.
Why didn't you do that earlier?
I'm saying.
I love the guy. The guy Richard Madden turning on them was the most obvious twist ever. You could see it in the trailers, and then I love how like in the trailers they're like hinting, teasing at. Okay, he could be one of the leaders of the next Avengers. That just goes kill himself.
You know what's so fucking weird?
And that's saying I hope he's not dead, because as it said in the movie, the Celestials make sons. So maybe I hope he's not dead. Maybe he went there and
maybe. I'm gonna be honest here.
He's in a sleep.
I'm gonna be honest here. I know a lot of people were mad that he died when he was not really that good of a character anyway. There's always gonna be some MCU bullshit where he's gonna come back anyway. Like I don't see a world where he doesn't come back.
Hey, he was one of the best. He became my favorite character when a twist came in.
Yeah, he was a lot better when the twist came in.
Was so obvious.
Yeah, the twist was obvious, kind of a little bit, because like you could tell there was something off about this guy, because he like randomly just showed up in front of them. He was the first one to show up in front of Sprite.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because I questioned. I was like, why'd you show up for an earthquake? They're also Eternals too. Why are you worried about them with an earthquake?
So like, I'll ask you guys one last time about the Celestials. Like, okay, so my favorite ones would be like the deaf girl. I did like the guy who was liking her. He was kind of cool. Like he was
I like both of them. They were the best characters.
He was realistic though. He was like, well, why don't we interfere? Why don't we do anything?
Yeah, well, he's the best actor out of the cast easily. He's amazing actor.
Like Angelina, not Angelina.
Wait. Let's make this clear. Was this 7 days after Endgame?
Fuck, I don't remember the timeline.
No
when
clue.
is this film? This film is No, it's just present day. That's what they call in the film. They don't say after anything. They just call it present day. Wait a minute. At the end of the film, wait a minute. At the end of the film, they say Eternals will return in Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
Wait, they give a year?
Harrington, he's supposed to be like a fucking part of the X-Men or some shit.
The legendary Ebony Blade. Oh, that's toward the end of the film. Sorry guys about that. I just got a little distracted.
Ebony Blade.
Yeah, that's what
That's what
K-Dot's for. He likes some ebonies, you know?
Like, I know people were actually just being joking with that, but are they actually going to do something with the X-Men soon?
Oh, also, guys, before we go further and further into the movie, there's no X-Men stuff here. Don't even be like, oh my God, there was this Easter egg on this scene. There's nothing here.
Dude, this was the perfect film to set up with all that emergence dumb bullshit.
Yeah. This was like unpopular opinion. This was the best film to actually set up the X-Men gene by how they said other worlds got created.
That's what I thought they were gonna do when he said, "Yeah, I have a secret." So I thought it.
I thought that you're right. When he said that, I thought there was some with X-Men or something like that.
Well, yeah, because the guy who
I thought it was gonna. I thought it was gonna happen when he said when the Astron was saying when the people came back, and it started a shift. And I thought, maybe that Celestial Titanium, whatever his name was going to be linked to it. I was like, yo, they can do it. Nah, they don't do it.
Okay, but does anybody know who spoke to him at the end? Is he a part of...
Or this. I was factoring in this too. You know how,
you talking about the Black Knight?
Yeah.
Kit Harington's character, Sean?
Yeah, well, who spoke to him at the end? Was that who?
I don't know. I don't think it was a Celestial. Probably, I think it was probably someone in the Sword. Because the Sword has
no.
It's just described. I saw people saying there could be X-Men stuff, and I'm thinking,
it's just described as an off-screen voice. That's all. It's just described as an off-screen voice at the moment. We don't know.
Yeah, so if it's an off-screen X-Men voice, because that's the only way I could say it, because people were saying X-Men before, and I thought they were just joking, but if they were actually being serious, then that's the only way I could have saw it. It was a recognizable voice from it.
And this is the only thing that I saw that they had the perfect opportunity to bring in X-Men, or just plant the seed for it. You know how they're interfering, with the humans? They could have easily had a scene where they kind of messed up a little bit and did something, and they have a potential gene accident where maybe one of the Eternals mates with a human, and then later on that person doesn't know they have a kid, which creates the mutant gene. This is the perfect movie to have that. They literally showed that the Eternals interact with the humans, so why not have one of the Eternals fucking mate with a human? They don't know they have a kid, and later on that spawns the X-Men gene. Perfect movie.
That's what I thought they were gonna do.
They actually had the perfect moment to do that, and it would have made sense because it happened 5,000 years ago. That would have been a perfect amount of time. But, at last, I guess you guys say that's fan theory or whatever. I mean, they had the perfect opportunity in this film to do it. So I don't know what other way.
And whether it happened your way, my way, whatever, they created so many avenues where they could, even Ashram, the way he created the Celeste.
The way Ashram created the Eternals and Deviants, he could just create the mutant gene. That's all he could have did. That's all that could have happened,
Or just, a explosion in the emergence and shit. I don't know. It's fucking, when they happen, maybe some shit falls off the fucking Celestial that was coming out of the Earth, and, it just, boom, the gene just spreads.
So, this is what I want to say about the film. This film is very dense. You know what I mean? It's very compacted with a lot of stuff. And a lot of the stuff that they compact the film with, some of it pays off, some of it doesn't. And that's why, guys, if you're watching this review, we don't hate the film. I'm just being honest with you guys here, because in my movie reviews, I like to be honest with you guys. I don't like to be lying to you guys at all, because I want to be someone that's where if I loved the film and I watched it, I bring it to the review. If I hated it, I bring that kind of thing to the review, right? And this is a film where it's okay, I'm cool with this film. It was a little bit better than I expected going in, but it's, to me personally, it's not better than Shang-Chi or Black Widow. And I kind of expected that going in because there's so many fucking characters,
Yeah, anyway, I don't think he actually, died. Richard Madden just going back to his character. I'm just saying he died because they're portraying it as that. But I'm saying, I hope...
better movie.
I think him going to the sun, I'll be honest, because, they're Celestials. They're not, they're Eternals. They're full of unlimited celestial energy, so he may be strong enough to handle the sun. But I'll be honest with you, these Eternals are fucking weak, bro. Especially Icarus. His powers make no sense.
But
his powers make sense. But this is the problem with Icarus. So prior in the movie, he was getting beat up by fucking deviants, but it needed help from his weaker squad mates to fight them. But now he's one-shotting and beating the shit out of his squad mates they're nothing.
And also, let's factor this in too. This man can hold his
He
own.
was already struggling with deviance.
Like he was struggling with deviance, right? And then at some parts of the film, he can hold them off. So that weird contradiction. Then at the end of the film, when Fastos is holding him down, he just yells really loud and he just breaks the chains. What the fuck? He yells really loud and he breaks the what the flying fuck?
I was like, how did Fastos even hold him down? Because Fastos is clearly not as strong as fucking.
Those action scenes
Icarus.
honestly look terrible in my opinion.
Oh my
Yeah, but here's
lord.
the thing. Here's what I was leading to, though.
Okay.
I was about to say is, I hope that he is actually dead permanently, though, because that would just be hilarious how they go from advertising him from being a potential face to lead the Avengers before the film came out to just offing himself. That's just hilarious.
Oh, dude, maybe what if he did this? He was getting close to the sun, and then in another movie, he just revealed he just turns back because he didn't want to really kill himself.
Nah, he just circled around the sun.
Yeah, that's an MCU thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Anyway,
maybe,
also,
hey, when we get
an
Eternals 2, maybe it's revealed that he did a left turn and he went back to Earth.
Yep.
Dude, I'll kill the bug. I don't even want to see a Eternals by themselves movie no more, especially with the cast of characters that we're stuck with. Thena, Cersei, Fastos. I mean, Druid and Makari was cool. Those are the ones I really care about.
But this is the thing, we know we're gonna get an Eternals 2. You wanna know why, guys? Because Kevin Feige loves the Eternals. He loved Chloe Zhao. He loved her vision for the film. Because that's the thing, though.
Wow.
Even though I personally don't like Iron Man 2 as much as I hate Iron Man 3 and the Thor sequels are, if Kevin Feige himself loves the director and he loves the people involved with the films, he's gonna keep giving the movie sequel, though.
Kevin Feige is just coping hard.
See,
it's too late to turn back.
And this is what I'll say. We're gonna get an Eternals 2 and 3. That's going to happen. If you in your mind think we're not getting 2 more sequels, go outside and jump up a bridge because you have not been looking at the MCU. We're eventually gonna have 3 Ant-Man films. Okay? So if we can have 3 Ant-Man films, I know for sure we're gonna have 3 Eternals films. And to be fair,
can save it.
And to be fair, this is not the worst movie ever. So maybe
It's better than Ant-Man and the Wasp.
That's better than a handful, honestly.
And that's the thing, though.
So
good. Before we dive further into other things about the film, let's talk about the critics. So everyone was like, "Oh my God, the critics hate this film," and blah blah blah. Guys, I said this about every single film. Watch it for yourself. Judge it for yourself. Now, the thing with critics, as the most common thing about them is critics will sometimes love a film the audience hates. Sometimes the audience will love a film the critics hate. Sometimes more people give a film more leeway if the critics like their film. And then sometimes people are more harsh on the critics when they hate a film they like. Do you know what that means, people? It's called all film is subjective. It's not a one-size-fits-all thing.
Unless you're
morons.
a Twitter critic, then you just like everything.
Oh yeah, you say BBS is a masterpiece.
And look, since we're on it, I'll say this. People, whether you're a Snyder stan, MCU stan, whatever, stop being inconsistent with Rotten Tomatoes. Stop being against it when it goes against the movie you don't like, and stop hyping it up when it's in favor of the movie you like because it tries to fit your narrative.
Mm-hmm.
This is my thing on Rotten Tomatoes, right? Whether they say a movie's good or bad, I don't give a fuck, because I don't care about the audience score. I don't care about the critic score. Because the audience score, I don't trust the audience. These are the same audience for all these years that have been hyping up these Transformers movies.
Those are masterpieces.
All these bad movies throughout the years. I like them too. But these are the same audience members that have been giving bad movies from the past good fucking scores.
Yeah.
And when people say the audience score matters, the audience is full of a lot of idiots that don't look at films. They don't analyze them and stuff. I'm not saying that to analyze a film, but they're full of fucking idiots, a general audience.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the other thing too. At the end of the day, go watch the movie for your own opinion. If you think that, these scores justify how good of a movie is, then that's cool. If you don't think they justify how good a movie is, that's fine too. Pick a side. You're either against all of the Rotten Tomatoes scores and how they do their thing, or you're with it. Stop picking and choosing when to like Rotten Tomatoes and when to use it.
Because I want to bring this up.
That's my thing.
I want to bring this up
I hate
because
that stuff.
people who like Zack Snyder's Justice League, I'm not talking about all you guys. Please stop thinking. I'm just saying this is a generalization that is a fact. Okay, so how people said for BVS and Man of Steel the critics are stupid and they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They're full of shit, right? But critics praise Zack Snyder's Justice League. Okay, they clearly praised it. They liked the movie.
Now the critics know
know what they're talking about. What kind of logic is that? Are critics full of shit when they were criticizing Man of Steel and BVS, but they're the best critics in the world for Zack Snyder's Justice League? Oh yeah, Zack Snyder's Justice League was universally praised, but you clearly didn't like them when they were bashing BVS and the shitty dog shit, horse shit, monkey shit, David Ayer's Suicide Squad.
Yep.
God, that movie's so
Don't
fucking
take them
bad.
seriously. I just use it as a little bit of help, seeing if something's maybe worth seeing in theaters. Like if it has like a 30% run, and I'll be like, maybe I'll just hold off it digitally. All right, I'll see it maybe digitally.
And that's the thing, though. Here, I want to bring this up because I got to bring up all the narratives because that's what I do. We all the narratives get talked about here. Okay, so you have to give the critics the same level of respect that they would give us. You know, the average moviegoer. Okay, their opinion is no less invalid than yours is. Like, if the critics genuinely like the movie, it's more power to you. It's somewhat subjective, right? And the same thing happens with the fans too, guys. You guys gotta be something consistent. You have to be fair when it comes to people. Like, K-Dot's opinion on Eternals is no more valid than mine is. Everyone's opinion on a film is valid unless you're legitimately just talking bullshit. Then, you know, that's it, right? So when people say, oh my god, the critics are lying, because a lot of people like to do this too with the critics. They're like, oh my god, the critics, a critic who is potentially more real and more negative is more genuine. That's bullshit. That is literally bullshit. Just because someone's more negative doesn't mean they're genuine. That's actually stupid. That's legitimately stupid.
Fat bald people with beards.
Like, that is so fucking dumb. So if I'm more positive to Black Widow, that means I'm lying to you? That is fucking stupid! You know, see how it doesn't make any sense whatsoever? So how can you ever judge if someone's telling you the truth if you only really value positive or negative? Ah! This is stupid! You people are dumb! You're actually just morons! Like, every single opinion is valid in their own specific way. Just because someone's more negative doesn't mean it's more valid, and the opposite. Just because it's more positive doesn't mean it's more valid. It's just an opinion. You just listen to it. Like when I like when I bought that new mop that I'm mopping my floors with now. Great mop. I read reviews on the mop. There was reviews that said it was bad. Some reviews said it was good. You know what I did? I bought the mop for myself, and I opened it up, and I started mopping my floor. It's actually a pretty good fucking mop, though. You know what I mean? That shit is fire. But you see my point? You guys are. I had to call this. I had to call this weird basement dwelling ass eating loser out on Twitter. This guy was like, "Oh, I only will watch films that Rotten Tomatoes puts at like 70% because they're the trustworthy critics that I listen to." You, sir, are fucking stupid, and I hope you go outside and get hit by a fucking bus. You worthless, disgusting piece of shit. Parasite motherfucker. It's people like you that make watching movies unbearable. You'll only listen to certain people. Why would I listen to any certain person when watching a movie, though? That's the thing, though. Like, all my live streams sometimes, there was people that were criticizing Shazam. I watched Shazam for myself because I generally missed it because I was working a lot at the time. Shazam was fucking awesome. Shazam was amazing, you know?
Underwhelming action, but the movie is awesome.
Yes, I love Shazam. And like people going like, it's the same people with the Suicide Squad directed by James Gunn. They were like, oh, it's a bad movie. Why is it a bad movie, though? Oh, because Zack Snyder's not... Yeah, okay, I already got it. You only don't like it. People already will hate something before it even exists. So there were people on Rotten Tomatoes that already hated the film. The film hadn't even been released yet. It was on Wednesday. The film previews for everyone opens up on Thursday. So how'd you hate a movie on Wednesday when you didn't get it until Thursday? And then there's people that love the MCU films and just... suck all their fucking cum off Kevin Feige's left testicle.
If Kevin Feige dropped a movie with a cat with a cape on it and says part of the MCU, it'll make over $500 million.
Call it Catman.
It can be a new original hero. A cat.
Yeah, they've given films like The Life Aquatic a rotten score.
Dude, also the problem with Eternals is, guys, I shit you not. I went to the film fully rested. I ate some McRibs before I went to the film. I got my popcorn. I got my slushie. A hot girl talked to me before the film, so I was kind of feeling myself, you know. Sat down and watched the film. I'm like, this is kind of boring. Not as boring as Dune.
Dude, my popcorn was nasty, bro.
Mine was too. I said light butter, but that shit was white as fuck. That shit tastes like ass. I'm like, ugh. So like
even when I put butter in it, that shit was so nasty, man. I need some salt. I ain't got no salt. I should put some salt.
There was no salt in that popcorn, dude. That shit felt. I looked at it. There was no butter on that shit, man. There ain't no butter on this popcorn. I said light butter. This bitch put fucking butter at the top of the fucking one kernel. This shit was dry, man.
Yeah, my popcorn's usually good, and I usually stay away from it now, though.
Bro, she put the
Wait,
popcorn.
what theater do you go to, Sean? I go to AMC. My popcorn shouldn't have been as dry as it was.
Cineplex.
Oh, okay.
That shit was
Cineplex?
dry.
Yeah, Cineplex.
Oh, okay.
Dude,
I've never been to
she
Cineplex.
literally
I've been to
put- I
Cinemark
said-
and
dude, I said-
AMC.
I said I want light butter. She put a little bit of butter on just the. She just sprinkled it. That shit tastes like ass. Straight up asshole. I was eating. That shit was bad.
MSK, you guys, MSK got stuck with those fat ratchet women that they have the lollipop like, what you want, sir?
No, the girl was.
Here you go, sir.
No,
He
the
got
girl,
stuck with
no,
one of
the
those
girl
that
was.
fucking
The girl
made
was.
his
The
mouth
girl. She was looking at me all cute. She was giving me those smoky eyes. She was like, I can take you home right now, but I'll wait till the movie's over. You know.
Lies.
But during the end of the film, like, there's some parts of the movie that are just boring. Not as boring as Dune, but like there's some parts that are just boring. It is just like a fucking bore. Some parts of it, like. Guys, I shit you not. I almost fell asleep when they were fighting Icarus. I was like, "What the fuck is?"
And guy, it's not because it's like too into like no, it's boring in the way like
it's boring
like,
bad. It's like bad
it's like
boring.
well, not like
And then
it's born in the same way like Cry Macho or even fucking Great White, where it's because it's so fucking generic and poor, not because it's like in fucking what do you say it again?
It's actually like an intellectual type of
Yeah,
film it's
intellectual.
Going for.
No,
Yeah.
it's not because of that. Anyway, there's just like mainly two things three things now. Okay, firstly, MSK. We all know you're just imagining that with the girl like Joker.
Okay.
You know,
All right.
Number two, if you hate, okay. So, you know, the MCU bad comedy, it was like 50-50, you know, in MCU films. Now with Shang-Chi and Eternals, it's like fucking 90% bad comedy.
Mhm.
Holy fuck.
hey, the comedy in this movie, I really didn't laugh at it. Like, I don't remember
There
that
was
much
one funny
comedy in
scene.
the movie.
It's
though.
terrible.
There was one funny
Yeah,
scene.
it
There was
wasn't-
okay, so we'll talk about that in a second. You guys just brought it up. Thank you. There was one funny scene where that guy was like, "I gargled that stuff with my spit."
Nah. We talking about the funniest scene was when Druid fucking took his fist, hit that girl and bit that little kid in the back of the head. It's fright.
No, my favorite scene was that was one of the best because it was
This bitch was like,
finally.
"You will not." The brother that sprite was like, "You will not stop the enlightenment.
Yes.
I will."
Yes, the best character fucking hit in the most annoying character. Fuck yeah, that was amazing. No, then the one scene was like, oh yeah, I gave you
I gave
soda
you
too.
like he was like, "I gargled my spit."
No, it's like, oh yeah, I gave you soda too. Like fucking kid. That
He's
was
like,
pretty funny.
he was like, this tastes good. He's like, yeah, I gargled the kernels of my spit.
Yeah, but outside of that, fucking, it was bad comedy. And like Shang-Chi and this, it's like they went from like 50-50 with the comedy in these films to bad comedy to like fucking 80 or 90%. Holy fuck! Calm the fuck down, Kevin Feige. And then
Dude, the comedy in these recent MCU movies is horrible,
Yeah.
man. They need to get people like Dave Chappelle to come write this shit.
yeah, and then the last thing I have to say before.
Yeah, because
MS.
wait, if this film was supposed to represent LGBTQ, Dave Chappelle is the last guy kind of want to.
Oh yeah,
Nah, get him to come in and write the jokes and stuff.
yeah, that would be amazing.
He would have.
Hey, it would actually be more diverse than this, honestly,
Oh, fuck, dude.
if
Because
he
like,
wrote it.
because like some people ask like, okay, does this feel like a traditional MCU film? Yes and no. There's moments where it doesn't feel like it, but then there's moments where they have like, okay, so I'll say this: the film, 70% of it feels like a different film. There's like 30% where it kind of feels like an MCU film. I'll say 70-30. It kind of feels like a different film, but even
It
when
does not. It's
but
still the
even when
generic feel and
but
core.
even when it feels like a different movie, it's still not great. It's still not nothing like,
Yeah,
you know.
at the core, it's still kind of a generic MCU film. You can't just take that away, alright? But anyway, the last thing I'll say basically is just like Chloe Zhao's other films, I've already forgotten like 50% of it after a day. So yeah, anyway, now you can go into the story, I guess, unless K-Dots has anything else.
About the deviant villain. They forgot about the villain so much in the movie that they had to shoehorn him in the third act to come and punch Icarus and go inside of a cave and flirt with Athena.
That villain that killed that one dude when he became that four-eyed looking monster. That's the worst MCU villain.
Bro, he was talking about, oh, my people. Oh, my people. Oh, shut the fuck up. Fuck your people.
Dude, that's the worst
I care
MCU
about
villain.
you,
Dude,
deviant.
that's the worst MCU villain I've ever seen. That guy was so trash.
Dude, hey, he was as bad as Agatha, Carly.
No.
Falcon Winter
Agatha,
Soldier.
you can't just.
I mean, Agatha had personality, but her motivation as a villain still
This villain
sucked.
was so trash. No motivation. Had 5 eyes and just talked bullshit.
Shit, bro.
Dude, why did they think she was gonna fall for that fucking why did they think Athena was gonna fall for like his little trick? Because he absorbed that guy's personality. Because they said that if the deviants kill you and absorb your abilities, you like somehow gain their personality traits or some shit like that. Like, oh my god. All right, guys, let's go over the story. So, in 5000 BC, 10 superpowered Eternals from the planet Olympia are sent by the celestial Archium to Earth to fight the oh my god. Let me start over. Holy shit. This is so funny. That villain's so fucking bad, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, start over. It's so shit.
It was so terrible. Was it even a villain?
Was that a villain? What the?
It was just...
Dude, like, the CGI, even the CGI looked bad. I was like, this looks like trash. Like, what is this? He somehow absorbed the dude, then he got like 5 eyes, and was like, I'm going to kill you all. Like, what the fuck? Holy shit. Okay.
God.
Yeah, like, how did he absorb Gilgamesh,
His
who
personality.
just provides super strength, and then he just like became, he can stand up and walk. I'm like, okay. I figured he would have had to absorb something like, I don't know, Icarus or something.
The last thing I want to go over before I read the last thing I want to go over before I read the story. You know how it said that like some of the deviants can heal themselves? Weirdly.
No. He was young. There was only one, and they didn't explain why.
Yeah, they didn't explain how they could do that.
Because this is the thing. If y'all remember the movie, Fastos was able to track the deviants. He showed it on his little globe, his little hologram, and had the red dots on it that was pinpointing where the deviants was at. So how does the deviants falling in ice? Because that's where deviants came from. They was in Alaska under the ice, and they missed them.
Mm-hmm.
So how did the deviants falling in ice stop them from finding the deviants? When he can track them on his little radar.
No, because remember, the same deviants that attacked him at the beginning of the film, right? Yeah. They could heal themselves. But during the plot, when they're fighting the deviants...
No. It was only one. The main one that started that.
Oh, okay.
He gave the rest of them further knowledge.
But you know, it was weird in the plot, like how he just died by getting slashed like 3 times and he couldn't just heal himself. You know how fucking off that is?
I was like, what?
Alright, in 5000 BC, 10 superpowered Eternals from the planet Olympia are sent by the celestial Archium to fight the invasive deviants. Over the millennium, they protect humanity from the deviants, but are not allowed to interfere in human evolution. They kill the last of the deviants in 1500, and the group's opinions differ about their continued responsibility. They spend the next 500 years mostly separated from each other, waiting for Archium to send them home. In present day, Cersei and Sprite live together in London after Cersei was left by her partner Icarus over 5,000 years earlier. She now has a relationship with Dane Whitman, who works at the Natural History Museum, when the trio is attacked by the deviant Crow. Icarus appears and chases the creature away. Realizing the deviants have returned, they prepare to assemble the remaining Eternals. They travel to South Dakota, only to find that their leader, Ajax, has been killed by a deviant. Cersei learns that Ajax has given her the ability to communicate with Archium, who reveals that the mission of the Eternals was not to fight the deviants, but to prepare Earth for the emergence. Archium explains that for millions of years, the Celestials have been planting their seeds in populated planets so that a new Celestial can be born. The Celestials sent the deviants to destroy the apex predators of the planet to ensure the development of life. But the deviants evolved and hunted the planet's populations, resulting in the Eternals being sent to cull them. Archium explains that Earth has reached the necessary population for the birth of the celestial Tiamat, which will result in Earth's destruction. Having learned to love humanity, the Eternals reassemble and decide to prevent the emergence. However, Crow and the Deviants attack them. He kills and absorbs Gilgamesh before fleeing. They visit Phastos, who reveals that through the Unimind, a connection between all Eternals, they can allow Jureg to put Tiamat to sleep by means of mind control. However, Kingo leaves the group of four because he does not want to face Arshium, and Icarus reveals that he was informed of the emergence by Ajax centuries before he fed her to the Deviants to prevent her from stopping it. Because Ajax didn't want to do what Arshium wanted her to do anymore. She wanted to defect. And then that's why he killed her, because Icarus wanted to make sure they fulfilled that plan. Sprite joins Icarus because of her unreacquainted love for him. I sure. Fuck me in my ass, right? Just fuck me in my ass. After Makari locates the place of emergence at the foot of an active volcano in the Indian Ocean, the Eternals battle Icarus and Sprite. Crow, who wants revenge on the Eternals, arrives and attacks them. Thena fights and kills him. Jureg knocks out Sprite, and the Eternals work together to subdue Icarus. Phastos activates the Unimind, which Icarus joins out of his love for Cersei. Jesus Christ. Jureg is unable to stop Tiamat, so Cersei, who manipulates substances, turns Tiamat into ice. Plagued by feelings of guilt, Icarus then flies toward the sun. Cersei, who still has the Unimind, turns Sprite into a human to allow her to age. So Icarus is not really dead. He just flies toward the sun. I don't know why. He's gonna just like sit on top of it and burn to death or some shit. I don't fucking know what he's gonna do there.
Dude, wait. Another thing. So if I remember from the flashback, when they showed a Celestial, when they showed how Tiamat would come out of Earth, right? Mm-hmm. And his hand was big enough once it came out the Earth.
That motherfucker's giant. Holy shit.
It just the planet literally cracked. So shouldn't it just, because his hand came out of the fucking ground, shouldn't the planet just like already cracked?
Shouldn't there be Avengers here? I'm just saying, like, that's a pretty big world like event where a fucking giant, whatever they fucking are, coming out of the Earth. I'm pretty sure the Avengers should kind of be like, okay, let's go help these guys out, or what the fuck is happening?
I'm pretty sure that caused a bunch of earthquakes too, with the fucking giant hand coming out from the middle of
literally
the fucking
it had to have caused a bunch of volcanoes going off. If you guys heard it,
look, wait, and look at it like this. This is where the fuck was Doctor Strange at? But this is the interesting thing. The fact that is there, that in Eternal is inside the planet. Celestial is inside the planet. But like, is it really gonna be a huge fact? Like, because depending when this movie takes place, if this takes place before like WandaVision and stuff, it just makes it really close to Endgame. And they didn't mention this shit in Falcon Winter Soldier about a giant fucking hand in the.
Yeah, like my thing here is, if you guys watch this one, so I don't know if you guys are watching this one on torrents. Please don't watch this. This is a film you kind of want to watch in the theater, because it is a experience to watch this film.
On this, guys.
Like, my thing here is, like, even if you're watching this film in a theater, you hear the cracking of the earth when this guy's hand comes out of it. You're telling me no Avengers is coming? Like, that's pretty serious right there. But I get it. I get it.
Strange, don't hear shit.
But I get it a little bit, because Kevin Feige said, even though you have films like this, they want the characters to deal with it on their own, because it feels like more of a journey. So, like, there's a reason why you don't see Iron Man and Winter Soldier, because, you know, they want it to be a story. Just like in the comic books, you have a character dealing with it on their own. But it's kind of like, it's still, I get that. It makes sense, because that's what comic books do. They have, like, life-ending shit in one character story, but the other character story, it's like, everything's like, okay. This is like a guy's hand is cracking the earth. I'm pretty sure they should be there, you know?
And you have nobody going towards it, no, like, law enforcement, military, nothing that it's literally shaking the planet. Whatever.
The team parts ways, with Thena, Jureg, and Makari departing on their spaceship Domino to find other Eternals. Cersei, Phastos, Kingo, and Sprite remain on Earth as Dane professes his love for Cersei. That relationship is so fucking bad. You can clearly tell she does not like this guy. They don't even kiss. They hug. Oh, fuck. and is about to reveal a secret about his family history. She, along with Phastos and Kingo, are teleported into space by Archiam, who is displeased that they chose to sacrifice a Celestial for the people of the planet, but elects to spare them if their memories will show that they are worthy to live. He vows to return for judgment. So it's also shown in the film he keeps their memories though, but they have to show that they're worthy to live. Oh, good lord. In a mid-credit scene, this is the mid-credit scene, I know a lot of you guys want to hear this. In a mid-credit scene, Theana, Makari, and Druig are visited by the Eternal Eros, the brother of Thanos, and his assistant Pip, who offer their help. In a post-credit scene, Whitman opens an old chest inherited from his ancestors and contains the legendary Ebony Blade, while an off-screen voice asks him if he is ready for it.
Wait a minute. I think isn't the Ebony Blade in the new part of the new like symbiote comics and stuff?
I think so. It's linked to the Black Knight, actually. But I'll have to like read more about it though.
Yeah, I don't know much.
This is supposed to be like
this stuff.
Yeah, this is supposed to be like a brand new character. Not like a brand new character though. A new character they're introducing to the MCU. You know.
Yeah, no, I know, but I'm saying I think.
Is he
Noel? Noel. That character Noel, who's associated with the symbiote comics and stuff.
Yeah. So is this guy an Avenger?
King of the symbiotes and shit.
So like, I'm gonna have to do a bit more research on this guy. I don't know if this guy's an Avenger, if this guy's a good guy, or whatever he's going for. You know?
Yeah, creator of the symbiotes, Noel. He's the creator of the symbiotes. Maybe it might, because look, it looked like some symbiote goo on the stuff.
Yeah, it did look like that. Yeah,
that's why I was thinking about that, because I remembered that this Ebony Blade shit is also mentioned in like the symbiote comics or whatever, and look like some symbiote goo. Not saying it is symbiote goo.
Wait, okay. So this is my issue here with this. It's like. So no, it has to be different Earths, because you have the Sony Spider-Man universe they're trying to build up, right? Then you have this over here. So like,
but I don't think it's symbiote goo. I think it's gonna be just some random black goo.
Yeah. Because like Ebony, I guess they're preparing for the Black Knight to be part of the Avengers, right? Is he a villain or a hero? Because it says by his profile
he's a hero.
Yeah, he's a hero. He okay, so. Okay, yeah, it's a superhero and a member of the superhero team, the Avengers. Oh, they're getting that's cool. Like that's cool. We're getting introduced to another Avenger. So, because remember, Marvel said we have like a lot of projects coming out. They have like 30 projects coming out. So maybe we're getting a Black Knight solo film after this film, because you kind of got a chance to get introduced to his character in Eternals, though. But that's the thing, though. I didn't care for this guy. This guy was a fucking simp loser. Why do I care about this guy? He didn't have a girlfriend. She didn't love him. She didn't like him. You're gonna tell me after watching this film, Cersei liked this dude? Get the fuck out of here. She would've, man, on that ship, they could have showed me Icarus fucking Cersei again. Literally, like, just like this, pounded her asshole out completely, and I would have believed it, because she had better chemistry with Icarus than she had with this random motherfucker. Guys, did they kiss in this film? They hugged. Oh, yeah, come move in with me.
I think they kissed at the bar. I don't remember. All I remember was Sprite was pretending to be an older woman, and that dude was trying to get fresh, and she had to run because she's a kid.
And that's the thing, is like, there's it's all these things with the movie, guys. And to be fair, I don't hate this film at all. I think this is a alright MCU film. It's really dense. It packs a lot into it about like the cosmos and all these other like cosmic beings that the MCU has been introducing in these kind of films. But I just would hope if they make an Eternals 2, they kind of give me the Eternals that I cared for and just work on them, because the Eternals that I did like, they worked out pretty well. And there's so many characters in this film where it's just unfleshed out. Like, I know a lot of people thought it was gonna be like, Guardians of the Galaxy, where like you get these like unknown characters no one knows about, and it's gonna come out and be like this really, really good thing. Lightning doesn't strike twice, and miracles don't happen twice. Just because they did it one time doesn't mean it's gonna happen in these kind of films again, And there's too many characters for that to happen, though. There's too many people in this film, I'm just saying. So, I did like how they're building up characters like the Black Knight and all those other things, right? But, I really feel like the movie could have had a bit of less characters, though. A few less characters would have been perfect. Like, did we really need the guy filming it? Is that guy really needed at the end of the day? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, who the fuck get this fat Indian motherfucker out of here? Why is he here?
Yeah, like, is he really needed in the film?
He was talking about, bro, he's literally had a camera talking about, we need to get the action thing. That's the thing. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Useless.
I'll say, like, the exposition of the film was like, eh. The pacing, this is boring bad, not boring good. The movie is too long. This movie did not need to be this long. This movie is like, what, 2 hours, 30-some minutes? This movie didn't need to be 2 hours and 36 minutes, but some films have to have that runtime because it's directly utilized for them to tell their full story, you know? And that's pretty much it. Do you guys want to bring up any more narratives with the MCU, with the critics, the film itself? Sean, do you have anything else you want to say? Honestly, K-Dot, you have anything else you want to say personally?
Honestly, I said basically everything before you started explaining the story, so that's why I've been more quiet since. Also, because I don't really know much about the
You're fine,
MCU
dude.
lore as much as you guys, because I don't really read comics or anything.
Aside from having to watch this boring movie, this has made my day much brighter.
Damn, that's kind of fire.
God.
That's kind of fire, though.
There's gonna be a character in The Boys season 3, Crimson Countess.
Hey, man, Stargirl. We got to review that last episode of Stargirl because that shit was kind of fire. You know, I'm just saying. You know, but other than that, you know, the MCU. You know, credit to the MCU, they built up a lot of stuff, you know, and they deserve all the fans they have. They put in the work, they deserve it. But, like, as fans of the MCU, you guys gotta stop doing this thing where it's, like, recency bias and shit, because everyone's gonna say, this is their favorite MCU film of all time. Yeah!
Nah, they saying, like, the best MCU movie since, like, I'm like, y'all say it about every fucking MCU movie.
Every movie.
The best MCU movie since blah, blah, blah. Which one is your best one? They all can't be your best one. Like people said saying about Shang-Chi, it's the best MCU movie since blah blah blah. They said same about WandaVision. It's the best blah 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 MCU product since blah blah blah.
And that's the thing is like the severe lack of character development hurts the film because Icarus is cool to look at, but why do I give a fuck about what this guy's doing? I don't care about this motherfucker. Like, what the hell?
He's not cool to look at. He's just fucking
sexy,
bland.
Dude. What the hell? He's cute as fuck.
He's bland and predictable.
Hey, man, the girl that was playing Cersei, oh my god, what's her name? Jean Chamin? Is that her name? Fucking hell. I think that's her name. Yeah, Gemma Chan. Oh, she was beautiful. What a gorgeous lady. But that's not a leading lady, though. You gotta give her someone else to compliment off. How the Deaf Girl is a better lady as a character than Gemma Chan, fuck what I know, right? I'm just saying. Also, the last thing I want to touch on is the LGBTQ stuff. Guys, stop being such fucking pussies. It's not that bad in the film, and it's pretty much irrelevant when I watch it. I'm like, there's not that much.
There's literally none of it.
There's literally
There's
none.
one small scene. That's it.
Yeah, like, you have these weird people on Geeks and Trash and
it's both sides as well with this scenario because they were hyping it up saying that it's the most diverse and there's so much LGBT shit in here, and then the other side like saying it's such pandering shit, and they all said that they saw the film early, right? But they're both wrong. There's none of it, and it's not pandering. Like,
it's not pandering. They had a genuine relationship. That's not shoved down your throat.
Yeah, no, it's actually the most unpandering like thing I've ever seen.
Right? And they come out in the middle of the movie, and it's like, because you don't even see Fastos or his husband. It's like a part of the film where it's pretty much over, and it's a genuine relationship. Like, I failed to see the issue, honestly, you know? Like, I failed to see the issue. And maybe it is pandering, and I don't see it, but I'm pretty sure I don't because I've watched a ton of movies, and I can tell when something's pandering, you know?
Yes, but I can tell.
But at last, it is pretty much over. We pretty much broke down the movie, every single point. The screenplay, tone, dialogue, characters, narrative, the fucking, listen, the score was okay. I didn't really...
Okay, K-Dots, please don't, like, show porn or something on that during his review. He'll have to get restarted, you know?
Alright, so I asked, alright, Sean, what is the rating you give Marvel Studios The Eternal, their 26th film in the MCU? What is your rating, Sean?
You know, I gave it a 5 out of 10 at first, and I might go back to it on a later date if I feel more generous, but I'm going to drop it to a 4 out of 10.
So you give it a C minus?
Yeah.
Besides, who's going to give you a reach around?
Yeah, it's watchable.
Yeah. All right. K-Dot, what is your grade or rating for Marvel Studios' The Eternals?
I give this movie a fat C minus. Shit was
Starfish is a slang term for a butthole.
It's like the cry
I'll be honest,
macho of
hey,
superhero
I'll be honest.
films.
I'll be honest. The last movie I gave a C plus, I think, was Mortal Kombat. Not saying Eternals is better
Or worse.
Or Mortal Kombat is better.
They're just kind of the same.
Hey.
They're kind of the same, yeah.
Oh yeah,
I was a
Mortal
little bit more
Kombat at C
entertained by
minus.
Mortal Kombat. I was a little bit more entertained by Mortal Kombat than
It was
this.
actually entertaining. It actually had
Yeah,
people
I
doing
like
shit.
the introduction, but then they basically did nothing for most of the film to me. I'd give it like a 3.
Alright, guys. I give Marvel Studios The Eternal a 5 out of 10.
This is not okay. This needs to stop now. This is cancer. This is so much cancer that I can feel the tumors growing on my back.
Yeah, that.
Which puts my
If I had to
grade...
do a quick, if I do a quick number grade, 5 out of 10, basically.
Yeah, I give us a 5 out of 10. Okay, so with here, if you put it at 5 out of 10, you get to choose C plus or C, because that's how... I give it a... Fuck. I just give it a C. 5 out of 10. Because C plus would imply that it wouldn't be boring, right?
Yeah.
And it was pretty boring at certain parts.
And a 4 is a C
I'll be
minus.
fair. I'll give it a C. I'll give it a C.
I'll give it a C. 5 out of 10.
I take
It's
away
not-
my C minus. I'll
Yeah.
give it a C.
It's not the worst film ever, guys. Like, it's not. It's better than Thor the Dark World, Iron Man 3, Ant-Man and the Wasp. Better than Far From Home, for sure.
Yeah, better than. I mean, this fucking whatever. This MCU has tons of like bad or mediocre films that is definitely better than, but it doesn't mean it's still good.
Like, the
Right,
film
but-
is condensed with a lot of stuff, though. They tell you a lot in this film.
Yeah.
And it
there's-
sometimes
How can this
bores
be
you.
the first Raw Tim one? How over so much other stuff? There should
Over
be far
Captain
more.
Marvel? Like, you...
There
are
should
they
be so
tripping?
many more.
Yeah, like,
Rotten.
guys, this movie does not deserve to be the first rotten one. No way. I don't believe it, though. No way. Like, I didn't love the film. I don't hate it, but it's not the first rotten film, though. You telling me to
Yeah.
my face that Iron Man 3 is not rotten, Thor the Dark World's not rotten?
Yeah.
Really?
The first one should have been like Thor or something. Honestly,
Like,
that was
are you
kind of
t-
mediocre.
What it is, I think the movie. It's just.
like, Ant-Man and the Wasp is clearly one of the worst ones. No way. And like, it was
What it
terrible.
is the people who stand Marvel, giving all their films positive ratings like sheep, aren't into this type of films. You know, they didn't get their usual superhero junk, but then the more like cinephile side of people also didn't think it was good there either, which it wasn't. So that's why it's rotten compared to every other. I think that's it.
Yeah, and my thing here, guys, is if you're an MCU fan, they can't make everything good. Like, out of the long list of movies and shows they'll eventually have going into, like, maybe 2023, not everything they create is going to be good. Like, at a certain point in time, they're going to make something bad. Like, even if you don't like the MCU or you love it, the point still stands. They're not always going to make banger stuff you're going to like. Because they have so much, and they're going to keep making more stuff, though. The likely chances that this film is as good as, like, fucking The Avengers or Iron Man is not gonna happen. Like, they're gonna make bad stuff. You guys just happen to see it this way. Film is subjective, and some of their Marvel shows for Disney Plus is subjective if you like them. And I'm saying this, though. Learn how to look at things objectively and take off this, like, MCU fucking goggles you have it on. Just look at it as its own film. I don't judge Eternals by how much I love Shang-Chi and how much I like Black Widow. I'm looking at this as its own movie. Yes, they're connected, but I look at these things as their own film, right? A lot of you guys that like the MCU go like, this movie's better than Iron Man 2. Okay, that means nothing. What is Eternals giving you? What is Eternals itself giving you? The story and everything, not this connective bullshit. Like, yes, this film does expand the MCU by what they're doing in this film specifically. True, but that doesn't make it good. This film to me, this film is a bit different than the other movies, though. That didn't make it better. It being different had no bearing about how kind of bad the movie was at certain points. I'm just saying, you know?
I don't even think it was that different. It tried to be, but at its core, it was still just generic Marvel at its core, in my
Also,
opinion.
some of the action scenes are so dark, dude. I was watching this film, and it's just some of the actions were so dark.
Yeah, all I have to really say is if you gave Endgame or Zack Snyder's cut a 10 out of 10 on IMDb before it was even out, then your opinion is irrelevant.
Alright, guys. Anything else you want to say before we close out of this? Actually, anything you want to say to the lovely MCU fans that'll watch this and
No, I'm
literally
good.
hate you guys?
Let's go watch a good film now, like The World to See or whatever it's called.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna be playing lesbian porn when I watch that shit.
Yeah.
Dude, you want to know what movie I am gonna watch tonight that I have been interested in watching? Lamb. Yeah. That movie about that
I saw that. It was great.
How about that shit looks more interesting than this.
Wait, are you not gonna be there are you not gonna be there with us tonight, actually?
For what?
I'm doing a watch party in like an hour.
For what?
For a movie.
The World to Come.
The World to Come? It has girls kissing in it.
Yeah, it's not the most known film, but I remember it. It was actually pretty great.
You know I don't like watching two women kissing, bro. I like watching dudes.
It's a quality film. Oh my god.
What?
Like watching dudes
yeah, he
kissing,
likes K-Dot when Eternals comes out on Blu-ray and 4K Steelbook and gonna be on Disney Plus. He's gonna clip that part of the dude's kiss.
Yeah. Okay. So K-Dots, it is a great film, Lamb, but it's definitely one of the weaker A24 films, and Pig did that whole premise thing better with like dealing with loss and stuff. And if you saw the trailer, then congrats, you just spoiled half of the film for you and the one big
Dude, I got hard as fuck when I watched the trailer. Like, dick was all up in the air.
No, I don't mean that lesbian shit, MSK. I mean Lamb. You got hard in Lamb shit. What?
Well, I like the trailer. I do love A24. I think
and it's great, but it's one of their weakest ones, honestly. It's still great though, just recently.
I kind of do not want to spend $20 for it though. But
$20.
No,
don't worry. I
F2 movies.
I got you on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I kind of like being.
Yeah, but you saw the trailer. Okay, so half.
The fuck's wrong with this guy?
God, half of the film's gonna be boring for you because it was sort of.
No, it doesn't have the usual typical MCU explosions.
I just spoiled half of the film, the trailer. And like the big reveal, but enjoy anyway.
So like,
let me ask this: as a horror, does it satisfy as a horror? Because I know it's some horror.
It's a thrower. It's like a thrower, like dark, like sort of like the witch folklore dealing with loss, like Pig. It's that type of film, and just a weird, wacky, artsy film. Just all that stuff. It isn't horror though. I wouldn't say like the witch and stuff. You could classify as horror in The Lighthouse, but Lamb, no, I wouldn't classify that as horror in one of its genres. I don't know why it's being labeled as one.
Alright guys, that's it with Marvel Studios' The Eternals. You know, it's an alright movie. The critics are smoking crack. No way this is worse than the other bad MCU films. And MCU fans, please listen to me. Like, literally, listen to me. You have to look at movies objectively. If you like it, that's fine. More power to you.
MSK, they're the same people who saw the title of what Denis Villeneuve and Martin Scorsese said and automatically disliked it. Alright? They don't have a functioning brain. They're like Schneider fans. Don't speak to them. There's no point. Save your breath.
Now, I love the MCU, but I always judge things off their own merit. And you know me, man. I'm just the king around here. You guys are all mine.
Oh my god, this is going to be the longest review.
Probably is. And that's it. I will see you guys later. K-Dot. Okay, if you guys loved K-Dot, probably didn't because he's not really good at talking about films like I am. You know, he's a little bit under me a little bit. You know, Sean is a little bit under me too. These guys are cloud chasing pieces of shit.
Okay, then you're going to release the Lighthouse review.
I got this for you. I got this for you guys.
Yeah, I carried the review.
This is you. This is you. This is my cock. That's you, motherfucker.
Okay, you limp dick motherfucker.
Oh my Somebody clip that after this review comes out.
Clip that.
Clip that.
Thrusting, I'm done inside you, bro.
Clip
You're
that.
gonna get it.
Dude, do you think in the sand when Cersei and Aethys were having sex, they were going like this, or they were going like, oh?
Yeah, MSK, you're still recording. Holy fuck. This isn't the review, really? Holy fuck.
Alright guys, see you guys later. If you guys want to check out K-Dot's channel, I will leave it linked in the description box below. Alright.
MSK's getting cancelled.
See you guys later. I'm MSK all day, every day, and I'm signing out, guys. Peace. Have a good day. See you guys. Deuces about this thing, man. Peace. Damn, that actor was portraying Cersei. Open her asshole.
Bro,
imagine if you were still recording there.
Imagine if I was too.
Barely had any
Peace.
ass, bro.
What did you do?